Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Classic Who. So, this reaction is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little, listen, I know that there was a lot of concern that I wasn't going to do Web of Fear because there wasn't an animated version of episode 3, and it's just one episode, so I decided that I wanted to do it anyway. But I'm not going to watch the reconstruction. I know that that probably upset some of you, but for me, it's very hard for me to follow sometimes with the quality of the audio and stuff. Also on top of, not all, but some of the accents are just hard for me to understand. I really haven't pinpointed which accents are really hard for me to understand, but I don't want to try and watch a reconstruction and then not understand what happened and then just be confused. I would rather, that's why I have, you know, chosen when there are missing stories to read summaries and do reviews of them and whatnot. But what's gonna be a little bit different about this one is I am just going to read the summary on camera now. The reason that I'm doing it is it's just one episode, and yes, I do think it's going to take a little bit of time. I went to the Wikipedia page for this story, and I scrolled past everything and went right to episode 3, because I didn't want to read. I believe the way it's set up is that there's like a synopsis about the whole thing, and I didn't want to see how it turned out, so I just went really quick, got to episode 3, and I'm just gonna read it for you guys. Which I very possibly, I'm very aware, could be quite boring. So definitely, if you want to, just skip this part. I don't know. I just felt like it could be kind of a nice thing to do, to kind of make it a complete sort of reaction, though the reaction would be reading, and it's a little strange, I guess. I obviously don't want to do this with like fully missing stories because it would take forever. But I thought it could be something kind of nice for this particular story, seeing as it's just one episode that's missing. So, without further ado, episode 3, summary on Wikipedia, read by Seska. I hope you enjoy. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Out of the web advances a Yeti carrying a pyramid. Ooh. Jamie gets Evans to shoot the pyramid, which makes the pyramid explode and the Yeti become immobile. See, Jamie knows what he's doing. But the web continues to advance. Uh-oh. They make a dash for an archway and escape. Well, okay. I had a feeling that they were going to get out of that. Great. Meanwhile, Victoria finds the doctor in the tunnels. Thank God, because she was wandering around. Sorry, I needed a moment. Fuck. Okay. Oh my God, I'm excited. Okay. I didn't know. All right. Meanwhile, Victoria finds the doctor in the tunnels, accompanied by a Colonel Lethbridge Stewart. Who's excited? I am. Okay. She tells the Colonel about the fortress at Gooch Street. I want to say. Okay. And at his prompting tells the doctor about the presence of Travers and his apparent suspicions about the doctor. The Colonel escorts them to the fortress. With the circle line completely cut off and the fortress hemmed in, Knight is informed of the return of the doctor and Victoria and the arrival of the I have just been informed of the arrival of the Colonel. Oh, who's excited? Knight goes down to talk to his new guests. In the common room, the doctor calms Victoria and says that the Colonel hasn't harmed him in any way. When Knight enters, the Colonel presents his papers of authorization and tells Knight that he is Colonel Pemberton's, I think, replacement. Sorry if you hear the trucks outside. The Colonel was part of the attacked ammunition party at Holborn, and Knight mentions to him that Driver Evans survived also. Oh, okay. Still not quite certain if his new CO is the real thing. Travers bursts in and after a happy reunion, takes the doctor and Victoria to the lab. The Colonel questions who is actually in charge of the base. Once away from Army ears, the doctor tries to confirm that suspicions are not focused on him, as Victoria had suggested. Travers rubbishes this, and Anne's own up to it being an idle thought of her own. Now, in defense of Anne, I feel like it's a fair assumption to make that, like, this guy just keeps popping up where the Yetis are. You know what I mean? I kind of like her. Watch, she turns out to be like the worst of the worst, but and right now I kind of like her. They muse about the great intelligence and its reasons for trapping the TARDIS, while Victoria worries about Jamie. Of course, it's so cute. Meanwhile, Jamie and Evans arrive at St. Paul's tube station. At the same time, Chorley is arguing with Arnold about trying to escape, saying his reports to the outside world are important. Arnold dismisses any thought of getting through the web, but says there is a door that leads directly up to the surface. Chorley goes to investigate. Uh-oh. In the lab, Travers tells the doctor about reactivating a control sphere, which must have allowed the great intelligence to zone back in on the spheres and the Yeti. Knight collects them all for a briefing to be given in the common room. Victoria asks if there's any news on Jamie. Of course she does. Knight is sorry that there isn't. Oh. Evans plans to escape at the next station, Chancery Lane, I think, hoping to find his lorry and get out of town. Jamie argues with him as they walk through the tunnels, but Evans separates from him. At the briefing, the Colonel discusses the arrival of a mysterious mist in London. Anyone who goes inside the mist never comes out again. The mist completely interferes with radio and other communications. The Colonel also explains how the mist led to the fungus and then 2 days later, the Yeti. Interesting events. The doctor and Travers note that the new appearance of the Yeti compared to their adventures in Tibet. Anne reports that she and her father believe they could jam transmissions from the intelligence but need more equipment. Chorley bursts in, clearly agitated that he was not told about this briefing, and argues that an exit to the surface, mentioned by Arnold, could allow a helicopter to airlift them out. The Colonel dismisses him, and his attempts to pull rank as a member of the press are met with scorn. Chorley leaves to question Weems in the ops room about tall buildings in this area, including the post office tower. Weems leads him to a map to show him the position of the tower, but sees the further development of the fungus and leaves to tell the Colonel about another advance of the web. Jamie sees Evans approaching, hides, and surprises him. Evans pretends that he had a moment of conscience, but then admits the gates at the Chancery were locked. Oh. They make their way back to the fortress. Well. Bad luck. The colonel decides to give Chorley a liaison job, coordinating things, and tucks safely out of the way in the common room. Fair. While the rest get to some real work. The doctor suggests buying some time by blowing up the tunnel at, again, Gouge Street. It's quite a funny street name. And sealing themselves in. He plans to set off the explosives on a baggage trolley as it rolls down the tracks, therefore avoiding any Yeti attempts to cocoon it. The doctor and Travers set to work on a detonator. Meanwhile, someone in the fortress unlocks the main door, leaving the base open and vulnerable. Of course. Great. All right. In the lab, Victoria recognizes the model Yeti that Anne shows her, as she saw in Tibet. But as the doctor comes in, Anne realizes that one of the models is missing. The doctor is clearly concerned by this. Someone changes the base on the stolen model Yeti, then places it on the floor. It begins to beep. In response to this signal, a Yeti in a nearby tunnel comes to life and moves off. Ooh. Travers has constructed the mechanism for the detonator. Victoria points out that Jamie will be trapped outside the fortress if their plans succeeds. Oh, she's so worried. It's so cute. The main door slowly opens and a Yeti walks in. The Yeti moves towards the model Yeti and breaks the lock to the explosive store. The doctor is running through the plan with the colonel when Arnold comes in and reports the opening of the main door. Another soldier reports finding a broken padlock and a model of a Yeti outside the explosive store. They rush off to investigate. Weems picks up the model Yeti. Uh-oh. The doctor and his army friends listen at the door and hear nothing. They open it to see a bright, luminous web, rendering their explosives futile. Man, we just cannot catch a break, honestly. Anne and Travers console Victoria, who is still worried about Jamie. Travers speculates that Jamie may be far safer than any of them are. Well, that's comforting. He's probably so much safer than you. Arnold reports to the colonel that the fortress is still Yeti-free. The colonel decides to take a group of men to Holborn to see if any explosives are still usable. Both the doctor and the colonel suspect that this is a waste of time, but they know they must check. The colonel will leave the doctor 4 men. The doctor announces that someone inside the base must be in league with the Yeti, citing the evidence of this latest precision attack. Victoria foolishly tells, I don't like Victoria and foolishly back to back, foolishly tells Chorley about how she's worried the explosion may cut them off from the TARDIS and Jamie. Oh boy. Oh boy, guys. Uh-oh. Chorley, not knowing much about the tunnel, which would trap him in there, finds the temptation of the TARDIS too much. As the doctor arrives, Chorley leaves. As the doctor arrives, Chorley leaves. The doctor soon discovers her gaffe and also discovers they are locked in the common room. Oh boy. Chorley meets Jamie and Evans, safely arrived at the fortress, and they tell him the colonel's party has gone to Holborn. Chorley leaves the base. Jamie and Evans hear the banging from the common room. Jamie releases the doctor and Victoria, and he and the doctor leave in pursuit of Chorley. Well, they're reunited. What, is Victoria just staying there? I guess, I don't know. Stick together, guys. Like, you know what, okay. As Travers and Anne work in the lab, they hear a scream. Travers goes to investigate and soon finds Weems dead in the ops room, a Yeti model lying beside him. As Travers picks it up, a Yeti roars from behind him. The end. That's really exciting. Wow. Okay. That was really exciting. And yeah, I know that some of you are going to be upset that I didn't just watch the reconstruction, but watch the reconstruction, but reading it really does help me actually really understand what's going on. And it just makes me, I feel like, appreciate the next 3 parts more, if that makes sense. So, all right, let's get into episode 4. Uh-oh. Oh my god! Oh my god! Did it kill her? Did it kill both of them? Stop it. Or are they knocked unconscious? What the fuck? Okay. Whoa. That was intense.
Come on, this way.
I guess Victoria did go with them. Good to know.
Captain Knight, Miss Barty.
They've been very quick, sir.
Is that him?
This looks familiar. It's round this corner. Oh, no!
Oh, we can't get to the TARDIS!
I just want to try and get a little bit for an analysis.
Oh, Jamie, stop him!
All right, Victoria. I got my tobacco tin. Oh, splendid. But then it's got tobacco in it. All right. Hey! Oh, all right. I only hope you think the sacrifice is worth it. Hold the tin for me when you have this. I get it done! Hold the tin underneath. There we are now. Back, everyone! Quickly!
Wow. What a reaction.
It's Yeti. You don't think they may still be here? Oh, hold tight. Shh. Quiet, Victoria. Miss Travers. Oh.
Is she alive?
Oh, will she be all right?
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, my father! The Yeti! They've taken him! Oh, my... Oh.
Jamie, you better go back to the common room.
Oh boy.
Ah, Doctor. What's this I hear about Travers?
Well, the Yeti broke in while we were out looking for Charlie. They came for something and they got it.
What was that?
Travers.
Travers.
That fungus stuff, it's on the move again.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
We're the flies, all right, but where is the spider?
Better give the others a hand, Corporal.
Sir, what's it after? What's it want? I wish I knew. The only thing I know for sure is that it brought me here. I have a craft that travels in time and space.
Oh, come now,
Wow.
Doctor. You can't expect this craft of yours, this time-space craft. Could you get us out of here?
It's a police box.
Oh, really, Colonel? So, if we could rescue that craft, you could take us out.
Yes, I could, but I have to stay here and
He
finish
really
Travers'
seems to
work.
be believing it right off the bat.
Well, whether you think it foolish or not, we are going to rescue that craft.
Oh, but sir, how...
Captain Knight, but if we stay here, we're as good as dead. Therefore, I do not intend leaving any escape route unexplored, however screwy you may think it.
Oh, surely, Colonel.
Let's get on with it, shall we, Knight?
Sir,
Oh my god.
I suppose you've considered that the Doctor might be leading us into a trap.
The
But there must
music.
be a chance. Oh, we were ready to test the sphere with the control unit, but I don't see what this has to do with anything, Doctor.
if he was near to success...
That's why they took him.
Well, it's a possibility, isn't it? Anything we can do? No, you just take it easy, Jimmy. Come.
Oh, they just want to help.
What's the matter?
Anything we do, the intelligence always knows.
Aye, but wouldn't let it worry you. Doctor will soon find a way out. Where'd you hear this?
On the floor by that young lad Weems, it was.
But this is what brought the Yeti to the explosive store. It's obviously been reprogrammed as a homing device, and you've given it to me.
The other models, they've gone.
Oh, don't look at me. I didn't want to come down here in the first place. You better have this before you say I've nicked it.
Thank you.
And I'll have the tin back when you finish with it.
We're all under suspicion, you know, including me.
No! Oh no.
It's the fungus from the tunnel.
Now, as soon as we get there, we shall be looking for a police box.
A police box, sir?
Yes, a police box.
Police box. Is it important?
Cold Lake. We'd hardly engage this trouble if it weren't.
Who's going to look after the civilians, sir?
So the Colonel says to tell you he was on his way. On his way where? To rescue the TARDIS. He's wasting his time.
Well, that's what I told him.
No!
What is it, Doctor?
But the tin's empty. Heavens.
Evans?
Of course, really, I shouldn't be doing this, you know, Star. What I am really is a driver.
Don't try to come the old soldier with me, lad.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Don't you try to skive off, because if you do, I'll have you for breakfast, you understand?
Wow.
And so far,
They didn't
so
come to
good.
play.
We don't see any yet, and we should make Cotton Garden about 10 minutes. Come on.
It only take 5 minutes.
All right.
I don't know about that.
Here.
Well done, travellers.
I want one volunteer.
Volunteer? That's a dirty word, that is. Not me.
I reckon we should be all right in these. All right, then. I'll go once then.
My trolley's early. It'll take 2 of us to shift it.
Good lads.
All right, mate.
Uh-oh.
Stop, Arnold.
Uh-oh. Why would you touch it? He looks so unfazed.
Get it. 3 of them, sir. Grenade!
Uh-oh.
Smashing down the gate!
I don't think this is gonna go well. Oh.
We got all of them, sir! Over the top, all of you!
Oh no! Not the last guy! Oh no! Oh no, and this guy! Oh no. Oh boy. Woo! Good pat on the head. Uh-oh! Ah, the web! The webby web! Oh no. Stop. Wow. That
There it is again,
was
Doctor.
insane.
One more thing.
Doctor! Doctor!
Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. He's dead. Get out of here. Oh my god.
The point is 2 of these were missing. Now where's the other one?
Well, I feel like one of these guys makes it out. And unfortunately, it's not that guy. Come on.
It doesn't matter, because...
You all right?
What's happened?
Gone.
Not all of them.
All of them.
I said so, didn't I? All of them.
Oh.
Evans, what about your party?
Gone, sir.
Captain Knight, too.
It's somewhere in this room.
Noise, I've been hearing it on and off all
Your
day.
pockets. Open your pockets, Colonel. Quickly, quickly, come on.
Oh my god.
They bring the Yeti.
What the hell? Oh my goodness. Okay, first and foremost, what I have to say is that I genuinely am so excited. I mean, it is exciting in some, it is exciting whenever we get to meet like villains or monsters or aliens or whatever you want to call it, that we know from New Who, or that I know from New Who, when going through Classic Who. But something that I have just been like so excited for was this. I'm getting teary-eyed. I'm fine. To see somebody who has, you know, made such a legacy in the Doctor Who universe, like Colonel Lethbridge Stewart, is just, it's just emotional, and in the sense of like it's the start of it all, and I know kind of, maybe not exactly, but the end of it all. I know what this man means to the Doctor later on, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's emotional, and you know, I don't know when a lot of these people pop up in Classic Who, you know, I mean, at some point we're gonna meet Sarah Jane, at some point we're gonna meet K9, like, or I'm gonna meet, you've already, probably most of you have already gotten to that point, but it's so, I don't know, it's just, there's just something so beautiful about going back after knowing like the legacy that this man leaves behind. I don't know, I just find that really wonderful. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that in particular. I feel really bad for him because he had on him the kind of the beepy thing. Sorry, it's my ice maker. And that is basically what caused all of those men to die. Like, that's got to be a really tough thing to kind of have to deal with. And so I feel really bad about that. And I think they did pretty good. I mean, I think in general, as certain Classic Who monsters go or whatever, I would say the Yeti are a bit ridiculous looking, in my opinion. Not the best design, I don't think, but I think they did a really good job with that kind of battle sequence of I think they did a fairly good job with all of it. Even I do think that the Yeti looked kind of ridiculous and they were like waddling about, but I think they did a decent job with that. Yeah, I am just stunned, and I really don't even know what else to say. I'm very intrigued. I'm liking this story a lot. It does kind of have sort of the same vibe or the same feel of, you know, they're trapped in a location and some monsters are coming to kill them. It seems to be kind of like a vibe of the Second Doctor's stories and stuff like that. But I genuinely am really liking this one because I think that there's a lot of interesting questions surrounding it and everything. And I would love to know what is going on with Travers. I feel like that's really interesting. I can't wait to find out in the next two. But yeah, this was quite a reaction. I don't know. I'm just feeling all kinds of like excited and emotional and because of all of that. So yeah, I just find that to be really exciting. And you know, obviously I like the way that I've gone through Doctor Who because I think stuff like this makes it really exciting when you go back to Classic Who and get to meet certain characters. that have influenced, I guess, a lot, or meant a lot to the doctor. Yeah, I'm just really excited about that, and I don't have much else to say, I guess, but yeah. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.